Report suggesting that TSMC has proposed to chip designers, the likes of Nvidia, AMD, Broadcom, and Qualcomm, to basically join TSMC in their joint venture to operate Intel factories. How does that work when my understanding is that Intel and TSMC, they have a very different manufacturing process? How important is this story going forward in terms of revitalizing Intel?
It won't work. It's not going to work. It's a headline that has been kicked around, I think, largely by TSMC because of the trade wars, of the tariffs, of what the current administration has said about any semiconductor coming into the United States is going to get taxed. I think it's a political move on TSMC's point, and intelligently so, to try to get a U.S. base or to reduce their exposure to a large tariff. But there's no way. The Broadcom CEO has already flat out said he's not getting involved with this at all. Qualcomm won't do it. Both Qualcomm and Broadcom are fabless. They don't have any idea how to run a fab, right? They don't own fabs. They don't run fabs. They use TSMC. TSMC went to them and said, basically, if I work with Intel, would you give Intel some business? I think it's a pipe dream. I think, one, TSMC is so much further ahead of Intel at this point. There's no business or operational plan that makes sense that you would partner with Intel, because it's one of your competitors and it's 2 or 3 generations behind you. What do you stand to gain? The only thing you stand to gain is a political advantage of trying to avoid tariffs until you see how this international economic situation with the new administration works out. Smart move, but I wouldn't take it too seriously about it. And JVs historically have been terrible, right? It's too difficult to do a cutting-edge technology when you're dealing with too many cooks in the kitchen. So I don't think there's anything about it that will come to fruition.